Okay, I'm back, and now we're going to do part 2 of the lab, which is curved reflection. So far, you know what to do whenever you have a flat mirror. And then light is coming into that mirror, you know which way it's going to bounce. Now what we want to do is to take the flat mirror and curve it. And so there are two ways of curving it. We can curve it like this. So this is going to be called concave because it's making a cave. So if the light's coming in from this direction, it's going to make a cave, sort of. And then above, so up here, we could also bend the flat mirror into a curve like that. And so this one's the concave, and then this one's the convex mirror. So we're going to look first at convex mirrors, which are a little bit easier, and then we'll look at the concave mirror and see what it does. So what we need to do is go to PhET Geometric Optics. And so when you do, you're going to see this thing here. So let's go to it. And now we don't want the lens because the lens is going to go with refraction. We want reflection, so we need a mirror. So we're going to click on the mirror. We got this. Okay, now it says to make sure that this one's check marked, this one's check marked, and then this one labels. So you see it says that this pencil right here is going to be the object. Here's the mirror, and you can see it's a concave mirror. And then here is where the image is going to be located at. So notice that this is completely different than when it was the flat mirror, because when it was the flat mirror, the image was over here somewhere. But now look at where the image is. But we don't want to do this one first. So we're going to click on this one. So if I click on that one, you notice it now changed the shape. So it's still the same object over here, but now this one is a convex mirror. And then this one over here, that's the image. So it says to take the mirror and move it way over here. Okay, and then you're going to look at the size and the orientation of the image. So by size, you're going to say big or small. For the orientation, you're going to say upside down or right side up. And so take a look at this pencil here and compare it to this pencil over here. Now, notice here is a light wave coming in, and it's bouncing off the mirror, and it's shooting off in this direction up here. And there is a question, is that still obeying the law of reflection? And this is kind of tricky. Okay, so let's go up to here. And when we did the flat mirror, the normals were always horizontal. So that means that the normals are always horizontal on this picture up here. No. Okay. Now the normal would be horizontal right there. Okay, but you see how it's curving? So if I took a flat mirror and I made it parallel to the curved mirror, then I could make a normal to it. You see that the normal is not horizontal like it was here. And so in that picture there, you can see a light wave coming in, and let's say that it's coming in like this, and then it's hitting the mirror. Well, what direction would it ricochet? So here is our angle going in, and then we need to make sure that the angle going out is the same. So if you look very, very carefully at these three lines, this one, and this one, and then look at where they're hitting the mirror, you will notice that the ricocheted line is obeying the law of reflection. Okay, now you're going to, in the lab, you're going to write down what was the orientation and the size of the image, and then you're going to bring it closer and closer and closer to the mirror, and then you're going to describe how does it change. So does the size of the image change, and if so, how? And then does the orientation of it change? Now we're going to go from, so put it back over here, and instead of the convex, we're going to do the concave. So click on the concave, and you're going to repeat the experiment. So you're going to look at the image over here, and you're going to say, is it right side up or upside down? And is it large or is it small? And then you're going to grab the pencil, and you're going to start to move it closer and closer to the mirror. And this time, something very dramatic is going to happen. And I'll let you notice it. And then notice this thing right here, this yellow thing, that is going to be called the focal point of the mirror. So if you had a lot of light coming in and hitting this mirror, it would be focused to right here. So that would be the focal point of this curved mirror. And if I go back to the other one, do you see the yellow dot is on the opposite side because of the way it's curved? Okay, so now let's go back to the lab, and now you should be able to answer all of these questions here. All right, so now we have now completed half of the lab, and so now we want to look at the concept of refraction in our next segment.